So you have April D. Ryan, who, at least in her Twitter bio, says that she's a White House correspondent and a political analyst for CNN, who was reacting to the leaked audio. Shout out Ryan Grimm. And she said, "The question is, who leaked this and why? Also, I'm told by by a rights leader in that meeting with Joe Biden was being more passionate than defensive. Can't wait to hear what the Biden camp has to say." So this is beyond like cover journalism because you're going, who leaked this and why? Because that's the weird thing. Not that it was said, but who leaked this? Um, and that, yeah, Joe Biden was being more passionate than defensive. I mean, you can hear the audio for yourself, although we've seen recently that a lot of people in the establishment media are bad at reading audio and being able to tell tone or context in any sort of way because they're that divorced from, I don't know, I guess talking to normal people outside of their bubble. I'm not sure. Just something I've noticed a couple of times. But like the whole like dumb aspect of this was really highlighted by Edward Ongwezo Jr., who is a writer, a tech and labor writer at Motherboard. He tweeted sarcastically, saying, "It is responsible and sets a dangerous precedent for journalists covering the incoming administration to be able to use secretly recorded conversations in their stories. To parse out Biden's thoughts and anticipate his policy commitments, you must go through the proper channels." And then he went on this continued like sarcastic thing, saying, "The White House press secretary, the spokespeople for the president and vice president, senior officials without attribution, and the president's public statements are all designated and responsible sources of information about the president's thoughts and intentions. Revealing a contradiction between Biden's private thoughts and public statements is dangerous because it erodes public trust in the president, the office, and the media itself." And obviously, this is just sarcasm. You're pointing out the fact that, like, media is about like making sure that the people in power are consistent with what they think and what they say, what they're doing behind closed doors and what they're saying publicly, because there's often a disconnect between that. It's one of the basically foundations of media. It's what you want to do if you're going to be like looking at the White House very closely. And this is a pretty like subtle but clear sarcasm to everyone online, except April D. Ryan, who responded with agreed and said, "You hit the nail on the head. This is not good at all." Very, very completely just missing the entire point of the sarcasm. And she's the person who's paid probably the most, or one of them among the most in media, to ask questions at the White House and is going to be asking questions of the Biden administration. And she's a black woman, so I can't say anything else or else I'll probably get like canceled or something. Like, and
Yeah,
it's
watch
like,
it.
and we get to say like, oh, it's diversity now, and aren't you happy because we have this like leftist person here? And it's like, no, these people are very disconnected from people's like what people actually expect from the media, and more importantly, what the media needs to do at this time when they very much have a problem with gaining trust with everyday citizens.
I just think it's funny, like, so, like, you think that, like, you're a member of the media, and you think it's better to suppress information from the public? I don't understand that. Like, the approach, like, how you not catch that is so weird. Like, so wait, like, oh, who would leak this and why? Well, like, and like, oh yeah, like, I don't know. It just seems to me like I thought that that's like what the media does. Like, it's about the leaks. Like, it's about the headlines attack. So I don't think like, I don't know, like, it's a White House, yeah, a White House correspondent, like, wow, like, shout out to you, you made it, but you can't read sarcasm on Twitter, good for you. I just think, to me, it's like anybody taking the approach of like thinking that, oh, why would you leak this? I mean, dude, like, it doesn't matter. It's not about like why. Like, it's supposed to be fair and shared to the public. Like, if that comes out, it comes out. It is what it is. And we people are entitled to have an opinion about. People are entitled to find out how the politicians that they went out and voted during the pandemic and stuff are really saying behind closed doors. Sorry, like, if people want to keep going back to the boomer politics era, where it's like, oh, salesman go the car salesman approach and all this. I'm sorry, it's 2020. We got new approaches now. We got YouTube and stuff. We got clips. So there's already such low accountability for what politicians say anyway, especially when they bring up and lie about points they made, such as we saw in debates. I like seeing some accountability once in a while, even if it's a little shady, it is what it is. Like, it has to come out, and you're gonna have drawbacks because it's never gonna be a clean system.
Yeah, you were saying like, oh, we got YouTube. I'm like, we got fleets. Uh, but yeah, I mean, there's always going to be like partisan media people, and there's always going to be leaks, and there's going to be. I mean, when Trump was in office, there was a lot of leaking, especially in the beginning, and he was upset, and I feel like he might have even tried to sign some executive order about it. All that's going to happen no matter what. And I'm down. Like that's we need to know what's going on behind closed doors for sure, but just like it didn't matter under Trump, it's not going to matter under Biden. And like me personally, like I mean, I'm not going to be like I'm not so invested in the president as long as the president isn't like stoking white supremacy and like saying a pandemic is a hoax. If like we got to fight. I'm not going to get into all that, but like
For our right.
to party, we're we we're gonna get leaks no matter what, and there's going to be a bunch of both sides of them with the leaks. I'm down either way, but they're probably not going to matter, just like they didn't matter under Trump.